Welcome to the Ed Fund's 34th annual Soaring to Excellence celebration. I'm your host, Jim Hollis, the Executive Director of the Calculus Roundtable. The Calculus Roundtable is a nonprofit organization dedicated to raising math and science skills for students, particularly students of color. For the last 5 years, we've been a fiscal sponsoree of the West Contra Costa Public Education Fund. Through our relationship and partnership with the Ed Fund, we've been able to serve hundreds of students in Contra Costa, West Contra Costa Unified School District, and in the Iron Triangle in particular. In those programs, we've been able to take students on field trips, both in person and virtually. We've been able to do programs in Africa, looking at the moon and the outer space world. We've been able to look through the human genome with the Lawrence Livermore Nuclear Lab and the Joint Genome Institute. We've been able to build computer games with Ubisoft and other gaming designers in the Bay Area. We are proud to be a part of the Ed Fund and to be fiscally sponsored by this organization. And congratulations on another wonderful cohort of Teaching Excellence Awardees. Before tonight's program, we'd like to take a moment to thank this evening's sponsors. At the astronaut level, the Chamberlain Education Foundation, IBEW Local Union 302. At the astrophysicist level, Travis Credit Union. At the astronomer level, Lozano Smith Attorneys at Law. Irene S. Scully Foundation. And a special thanks to the Ed Fund Board for supporting this event. If you're joining us by Facebook or YouTube tonight, feel free to leave comments in the comment section for individual teachers honored here tonight. And now a few words from the Ed Fund's Executive Director, Jasmine Jones.
Welcome to the West Contra Costa Public Education Fund's 34th Soaring to Excellence celebration. I'm excited to spend this time with you to honor this year's Teaching Excellence winners, Ed Fund scholars, and everyone in our community who made this year possible for our students and families. At the Ed Fund, we believe that quality, equitable public education in West Contra Costa County, one that nurtures the mind, spirit, and individual needs of each student, is a human right and the foundation of a just and thriving community. The pandemic continues to impact our community, but one thing that has remained constant in our return to in-person instruction is that West County residents remain committed to providing the best for our students. We want to thank everyone who made this year possible. These include district office staff, principals, vice principals, counselors, janitorial and cafeteria staff, volunteers, and everyone who worked to address the adjustments many had to make for in-person instruction. I cannot begin to count how many times I heard this year, no matter how difficult this year has been, it was all worth it to see our kiddos back in the classroom. The teachers we celebrate this evening embody what many in the community share: a devotion to ensuring our students have access not only to first-class education, but also a friend, a mentor, and a support system to make it through the highs and the lows of growing up. The scholars we highlight tonight show us what is possible when we support students with the tools to take control of their futures. This year, we saw a deepening of conversations regarding equity in West Contra Costa School District. What does it really mean to reimagine a public education system that ignites all of our students' potential? As the district has begun undergoing a strategic planning process that seeks to define what the future of our students' classrooms look like, the Ed Fund remains committed to supporting literacy, social emotional wellness, and climate and culture initiatives across all of WCCUSD school sites. The Ed Fund team has also continued to have these conversations at the level of our own programming to ensure that we center the needs of Black students to create an equitable public education system where all students receive an excellent education. With the support of individual donors and foundation support, we have honored We're honored to have supported this past year's programming, such as the newly convened Black Village Network, Black History Month grants, and deepening our partnership with the Office of African American Student Achievement by supporting Black student unions and the Umoja Mentorship Program. I cannot wait to see where these seeds we have begun to plant take us into the future. A special thank you to our sponsors who helped this make this evening possible. And for you joining us today, we hope you enjoy getting to know our teachers, students, and their amazing work in the classroom.
A big part of being a teacher is being a role model to your students and bringing your entire self to your work. These two teachers, these two award winners, bring that to life. May I introduce Lisa Yako and Carol Peters. Lisa Yako teaches 5th grade math and science at Michelle Obama Elementary. Carol Peters teaches middle school at the Vista Virtual Academy. Let's hear a little bit about their classrooms this year.
I started out in middle school, so I used to teach 7th and 8th graders and some 6th. And then I switched into 2nd and 3rd grade for a while. And I really wanted to try out 5th grade, and as soon as I did, I knew this was my sweet spot. I was actually always good at math, but I did not identify with it as a kid. I was sort of like almost embarrassed that I was good at it. I think that gender had a lot to do with it. I felt like as a girl, I wasn't supposed to be strong in math, so I would sort of shy away from it. And then when I started teaching and trying on teaching different subjects, that's when I realized like I love math and I really love teaching it. Yeah, so like in a traditional school model, like what I had growing up, and I would guess probably what you had, in elementary school, you stay in one classroom all day long and you have one teacher who teaches you all the subjects. But my co-teacher and I decided that we would, what's called departmentalizing. And so I'm teaching just math, science, and then homeroom, and she's teaching ELA and history and homeroom, so that we can really like specialize in the subjects we're teaching, and it allows for like much better quality lesson planning, and to really allow us to internalize the material that we're teaching. I think it's pretty cool to have a job where your coworkers are like developing at a different time of life than you are, because it allows, like, they have their own completely unique take on the world that I will never have because of when I grew up. And so they kind of are always keeping me on my toes with like their hot takes of the world. And so I feel like as much as I'm allowing them access to information that they need to like grow in this world, they're also constantly teaching me new things that I otherwise wouldn't have access to. So I think something that really inspires me about this job is the fact that like I really genuinely feel like I learn just as much from my students as they learn from me. I would really like to thank the principals at this school, Claudia, our principal, and Tyler, our vice principal. They have given me the most room to flourish and grow as an educator, so I want to thank them. And then I also really want to thank my teaching partner, Melissa. She is the person with whom I share the 60 students. We do a lot of collaborating to make sure that everything runs smoothly as the students go between our classrooms. And she has also given me a lot of trust, which has allowed me to grow a lot.
I graduated from college and then I moved to Texas, where I became a teacher, and I stayed there for a couple of years and then went to New Orleans and then went to Korea and then came back to the Bay Area where I'm from. So it's a little different. I'm a supervising teacher, and so I assign curriculum for all core subjects and an elective in PE as well. And so I kind of help students through their coursework and their study and support them however they might need. I think some students did really well in distance learning, and so they found that having an option of being home, being in a more flexible environment is more conducive for their learning style. And so we created this program. I was one of the founding teachers, And so this program was created to kind of continue that opportunity for students who were successful in that type of environment. That was a group of 7th graders. We are doing a novel much in the same way we would do a novel in person, except for we're doing a whole group discussion instead of small group discussions. And so that's just us doing a brief discussion over some of the chapters. We have a couple different types of students, but those students who didn't feel comfortable at school, those students who had maybe some bullying or just didn't feel comfortable at school, they are definitely more successful in this type of environment where they feel more comfortable. Some students like to move at their own pace, and so you have that opportunity to really move through the curriculum as you want and as quickly as you can, as opportunity provides. And so for those students who don't need to be at school for 6 hours a day doing instruction, they can learn as much as every other student, and they're just doing it in a just more flexible environment and time. When we really look at education and providing the best environment for every individual student, we have to acknowledge that not every student learns the same, nor learns in the same type of environment and same type of place. And so if we have the ability to give access to education, quality education in the same way, I think we should continue to do that instead of remove that type of program. I want to just thank all of the people who ever supported me, probably my students who give me energy, who pour into me as much as I pour into them, my students who come with me with a joke or a smile. I want to thank them. Also just the support of my friends and family who are just like, oh, that's Carol, that makes sense. And when they come see me in action and they're just super impressed, and also that kind of encourages me as well. So all of my friends, families, and students.
Wow, that was some powerful work. Both Lisa and Carol are experts at showing their vulnerability and humanity in their work, which is so important of being a role model to students, to seeing the whole person. Congratulations to you both. We have a special performance from local Richmond poet and educator, Jamey Williams. Jamey currently works at Richmond High School as a teaching artist and will be performing for us a piece titled Revolving Door.
Life is a lot like a revolving door. Sometimes you find yourself in situations you've never been before, only to come back years later with a brand new outlook. Flashback. It is a sunny September morning in 2010. My family decides to pack up all of our belongings and move almost 3,000 miles away to the beautiful Golden Coast. A year later, I am enrolled at Richmond High. Keep in mind that during this time in my life, I was eager for attention. I needed to be noticed, but it's hard to make friends when there's ants crawling over your skin and lightning racing in your stomach. It was not long before I became the class clown. No, I was a tornado of interruptions and insults. The first thing teachers saw in the morning, but the last thing that they wanted to. Despite all this, there were a few folks who never gave up on me. Question: if 100% of education happens in the classroom, then what is the use of paraprofessionals, campus safety specialists, admin, and office staff? I'm asking because it wasn't a teacher who got me to calm down. It was a campus safety specialist named Mr. Kinney. Whenever I got in trouble, which was often, he would take me out of class and talk with me. Flash forward. It is 2021. I am walking into Richmond High wearing a backpack. The ants and the lightning are still there, but for a different reason this time. I am no longer the student. I have become the teacher. And as I head down the hallways going towards my classroom, I can't help but notice him, Mr. Kinney. Still here after all these years, looking out for little knuckleheads just like me. And suddenly, I realize that there are plenty of people in the West Contra Costa Unified School District who go above and beyond to keep our students safe. like Lola, who's been leading Alma Latina for over 20 years, helping students tap in with their heritage. People like Miss Jan in the College and Career Center. She's been helping people figure out life after high school for the same amount of time. Educators like Mr. DeLeon, who was the principal when I was here, and still is until this day. So this is not a poem, but it is a thank you note to everybody going above and beyond to make sure that our city stays filled with pride and purpose. Congratulations to all of the honorees tonight.
Every year, the Ed Fund offers scholarship opportunities for graduating seniors in West Contra Costa Unified School District. This year, the Ed Fund was able to provide over $15,000 in scholarships to 17 students across the county. It's my pleasure to present to you the first half of this year's Ed Fund Scholars. The recipients of the Ed Fund's African American Scholarship are Mishai Taylor from De Anza High School, Jacob Michael from Hercules High School, Imbofe Lawal from Richmond High School, Star Williams from Richmond High School, Jeremiah Alexander from El Cerrito High School, Jake Parker from El Cerrito High School. The recipients of the Contra Costa Chorale Scholarship are Justin Trujillo, Pinole Valley High School, Abraham Blankel, Richmond High School. Let's hear from our scholars.
My name is Jade Parker. I go to El Cerrito High School and I've just been awarded the African American Ed Fund Scholarship. I plan on majoring in psychology. I'm not sure what school I'm going to yet, but it's either going to be AUC or a CSU. And I'm looking forward to meeting new people and making new friends and experiences. Thank you so much. This scholarship really means a lot to me. It's one less thing that me and my family have to worry about in this whole crazy college experience.
Hi, my name is Star Williams, and I go to Richmond High School, and the scholarship I was awarded was the African American Scholarship. So this fall, I'm going to be attending UCLA as a political science major, and what I'm looking forward to at college is meeting more new people. Even though a lot of my friends are not going to UCLA, I feel like it's a time for me to meet new people and also learn about different cultures. The hardest thing I had to overcome this year as I returned to in-person instruction was paying attention to my teacher. During the pandemic, I had a low attention span and usually was on my phone majority of the times during Zoom lessons. So coming back, I had to pay attention and be off my phone more in order to listen to my teachers.
My future plans in college is actually going to BCC, Berkeley City College, to then 2 years in BCC, then to transfer into Berkeley. So unfortunately, I didn't get in. I plan on majoring business, and I'm actually looking forward to walking around campus, making some new friends. So yeah, thank you. You really saved me. Thank you so much. I am grateful for this offer.
My name is Imbofe Lawal. I go to Richmond High School and I was awarded the African American Ed Fund Scholarship. I'm going to San Francisco State University and I'm going to be majoring in political science, and I hope to acquire all the knowledge that I need to achieve all my goals in life and be a successful Black woman. The hardest thing that I had to go through this year was having to adjust to the school system in the United States because I was schooling in Nigeria. I want to say a big thank you to Ed Fund donors because this scholarship is a donation to my college tuition, which is the first step I will be taking into achieving all my goals of success.
For those who don't know me, my name is Mishai Taylor. I attend currently De Anza High School in El Cerrito, California, and I was awarded with the African American Scholarship. I will be incoming freshman for UC Riverside. My major currently is physical sciences, and what I look forward to doing in college is playing baseball and basketball and pursuing a career in sports medicine.
My name is Abraham Blanquel. I attend Richmond High School and I was awarded the Contra Costa Terell Vocal Music Studies Scholarship. My future plans include going to UC San Diego and majoring in music in hopes to becoming a music producer. And in college, I hope to be able to meet many different people from different backgrounds, identities, and cultures, and implementing that in my music that I hope to create. To the scholarship donor, I want to thank you a lot. I'm really grateful for this. And to me, this scholarship means that I'm one step closer to becoming a musician that will be able to impact my community and society in general, a musician that will be able to bring multiple communities and identities together, a musician that will be able to embrace acceptance, self-love, which is what we really need in this world.
Hello, my name is Justin Trujillo. I am a senior at Pennsylvania High School and I won the Contra Costa Chorale Music Scholarship. I will be attending Sacramento State University this fall and I will be studying music education, and I look forward to becoming a better musician and a better educator. I would say the hardest thing I had to overcome would probably be finding the inspiration to go to school in person. Online school was very non-inspirational, I just couldn't find the motivation to get up. And even now with in-person school, it can be kind of difficult to find that inspiration. But I just have to keep reminding myself that it's better than what we had before with online school.
What a great video. This might have been one of the most challenging years for students ever. And to see the enthusiasm which these students display is heartwarming. It's my pleasure to present the second half of this year's Ed Fund Scholars. The El Cerrito High School recipients of the Schroeder Family Foundation Scholarship are Kelly Coe, Aishma Bandari. The Richmond High School recipients of the Frigario Family Scholarship are Karina Mascaro, Jesus Mora, Jordan Espinoza Ramirez, Ana Embarcadero Arroyo, Leah Safon, Melissa Estrada, Ronishla Maharaj. Please join me in celebrating and hearing from these scholars.
This fall, I plan to attend UC Berkeley, majoring in public health, and I am looking forward to meeting new people and hopefully participating in research opportunities as well. One of the biggest challenges I faced this year as we returned to in-person school was commuting to school and from school. I recently moved houses, which means I don't live as close to my school anymore. And this also means that after school, I have to go home and catch the bus right away, which means I cannot stay after school if I need help.
Hi, my name is Kelly Coe and I go to El Cerrito High School and I won the Schroeder Scholarship. In the fall, I'll be attending UC Berkeley, majoring in media studies, and I'm looking forward to meeting new people and researching. I want to say thank you to the scholarship donor for providing me and my family financial aid and also the aid to go to a 4-year university to give back to my community and for my family.
Hi, my name is Karina Mascorro and I attend Richmond High and I was awarded the Frigario Family Scholarship. My future plans consist of attending Cal State East Bay in Hayward, California and majoring in nursing. I'm looking forward to the college experience of socializing with others and having hands-on experience and learning. One thing I'd like to say to my scholarship donor is thank you. Being a part of a marginalized community, we see a lot of people who can't attend higher education because they can't afford it, but being awarded this scholarship means so much to me because I won't have to face that issue right now.
My name is Ana Embarcadero Arroyo. I go to Richmond High School and I was awarded the Frigario Family Scholarship. In the near future, I plan to attend UC Davis, majoring in sociology, and I am looking most forward to being able to live the college experience and being able to learn more about the major I am passionate about. The hardest thing I have to overcome this year, returning to in-person instruction, was being able to get back into our normal flow of things and how things were before COVID, because it was really strange and pressuring to live with COVID.
After high school, I am planning on attending San Francisco State University where I will hopefully major in criminal justice and minor in biology. What I am looking forward to is honestly just starting a new chapter in my life where I can be more independent, meet new people, experience new things, and take my education a step further. One of the hardest things I had to overcome returning back to in-person classes this school year was socializing and gaining motivation to do my schoolwork and attending school in general. When classes were switched online, there wasn't really much socializing because we were stuck behind a screen all day. Eventually, when school came back to in-person, it was sort of scary for me because we were going from staring at a screen to sitting in a classroom, sitting face to face.
Hi, I'm Jesus Mora. I'm from Richmond High School, and I was just awarded the Frigario Family Scholarship. Right now, one of the few colleges I'm looking at to go is UC San Diego, and the majors I'm trying to go into is just computer engineering. I want to give out a huge thank you to my scholarship donor. I honestly very baffled when I first saw that I got the scholarship, because like I've been so worried about how I'm gonna pay for college, and seeing that I've got this scholarship has made my day. Like I've been so happy.
My name is Ranishla Maharaj. I go to Richmond High School, and the scholarship I was just awarded was called the Frigario Family Scholarship. My future plan includes attending UC Irvine. I would be majoring in criminology. What I look forward to in college is working towards my bachelor's degree and hopefully towards my master's degree right after that, and just getting a sense of, what life is like after high school. The scholarship, it means so much to me, as I come from a low income background, and paying for college it will be really, really hard for me because I will not have financial help from my family side.
Hello, my name is Jordan Espinoza. I'm a student at Richmond High School, and I was awarded the Frigario Family Scholarship. So for the fall of 2022, I got admitted, and I'm going to attend UCLA. And I applied for Chicano Studies. I don't know if I'm going to stay with that, but I definitely want to do something that relates to the social sciences, which I love. The money that is given to me, the scholarship money, is more than just money, but it's also opportunity for me to branch out and become a better student.
Hi, my name is Leah. I attend Richmond High School, and I got rewarded with the Frigario Scholarship. I'm not really sure on what college I want to go to, but I plan on majoring in nursing. And when I go to college, I'm really excited to meet new people and just stepping out of my comfort zone. Something I would like to say to my scholarship donors is thank you, and I really appreciate the scholarship.
Thank you, students, for sharing with us these reflections. We wish you the best in the next phase of your life. If you haven't already, I encourage you to read about these students in this evening's digital program and see what amazing people they are. And now presenting the final two 2022 Teaching Excellence Awardees. These two educators come from Dijon Middle School and Richmond High School. Jamey Williams teaches 7th and 8th grade math at Dijon Middle School, and Luis Chacon teaches ethnic studies and Chicano studies at Richmond High School. LaShawn and Luis will represent the district at the Contra Costa Teacher of the Year Award ceremony. Let's hear a little bit about their journey.
What led me into education, I had a 7th grade core teacher. Her name was Miss Bigelow, or is Miss Bigelow. One day I was sitting in class and we were doing dictionary work, and I just got so exhausted and I put my head down on my desk. And at the time she was pregnant, so she had treats all over the place. So she called my name, she went into her candy jar and she threw me a pack of candy. She said, eat this and then get back up after you get some energy and get back to work. So that was the first point where I was like, she actually cares about me. This particular grade, it's kind of pre-algebra. It's called 8th grade math. And so the lesson that you saw today, we were talking about slope, which is something that we start here in 8th grade math, and we do several aspects of slope, and then it's really to get them ready for what they're going to experience in Algebra 1 next year in 9th grade. What brings me joy is when the content starts clicking and they stay after class to make sure they did the problem right. or they stay after class because they want to get some more direction. And so that really brings me joy when math just isn't just the 50 minutes that's designated, but they're talking about math after class. They're talking about math in the hallway. In 4th grade, I didn't know how to regroup and I didn't know how to borrow. It just didn't make sense. How do I go to the left and take one away and then put it back? I could not subtract. And my teacher was tutoring me one day and I just bust into tears because I could not do it. And so that's kind of like my lead-in story at the start of every year to let students know I was not good at math. I became good at math. And now, because I'm a math teacher, I practice often. So I make it look easy, but I'm always practicing. But my life kind of like is the story or the testimony of it doesn't matter where you start. What matters is how you progress and process. I first would like to thank William McGee for nominating me. I was totally shocked out of my mind. And I want to appreciate the staff here at Dijon who are constantly supporting me and encouraging me, because I might make this look easy, but I have some self-doubt. And so I'm really with a crew of people who help me to see the good about myself when I can't. And of course, my family, I want to thank them. I want to thank West Contra Costa Unified School District for hiring me. And I want to thank Ed Fund for this wonderful opportunity, because if you didn't make this opportunity available, you know, so many great teachers would just get passed over and forgotten about. So I really want to thank you, Ed Fund, as well.
So I would say my path to becoming a teacher started as far back as my time in high school. I graduated from Richmond High myself. And during my time here, I did some volunteer work at Downer, doing some tutoring. And from there, my passion for helping students really took off, but my goal was always to come back to Richmond High. I teach Chicano studies and ethnic studies, and really what it comes down to is talking about historically and contemporarily what's happened and what's happening in our communities. It's a lot of making sense of the world for students. A lot of looking at primary sources, looking at what historical leaders have said that might have inspired us to really help explain some of the historical issues that we faced that might still be relevant today. The conversations that students are able to engage in and that students really feel called to engage in, I think a lot of the material that we look at is very relevant to students' lives right now. And for a lot of students, it's an opportunity to really engage with material that has been relevant to maybe their ancestors, right, including their parents, grandparents, whoever. Yeah, I would say right now is the point that I look forward to the most during the year, which is, you know, again, the 60s, 70s Chicano movement, a lot of people power movements. But it is important to do that foundational work earlier in the year to get us to be able to have more fruitful conversations right now. So right now into the 4th quarter of the year is when everything really kind of starts to come together for students, both in terms of content, but also in terms of skill. It's really a time where they get to show off what it is that they've been working on throughout the year. It has been very, very rewarding to see students leave my classroom wanting to come back and contribute in the same way that some of us alumni are contributing right now at Richmond High. First and foremost, I would thank my students. I think just for them to show up every day with everything that they have going on in their lives, ready to do work and ready to engage, I think that's very powerful. And then it's too many folks to name, but just mentors, colleagues that I've had along the way that in some way or another have contributed to my growth as a teacher, which is ongoing. And of course, thanking my family and folks that have just showed their utmost support for my craft. To be a teacher for me is something that is very powerful and that comes with a lot of responsibility and duty to the community. And that's something that I really hold close to me and something that I try to honor every day that I step into the classroom.
Wow. Again, incredible. You know, teaching is hard. Teaching in a pandemic is really hard. But teaching with love and honor and respect for your students is priceless. All of the teachers and students we saw tonight counted on the support of staff that ensures that the classroom can run smoothly. They show us that it takes a village to ensure that all students have access to first-class education. In honor of this village, the Ed Fund is pleased to present a special acknowledgement to the classified staff. Let's hear from West Contra Costa Unified School District Superintendent, Dr. Kenneth Hurst.
Hello, it's such an honor to be here, and I'd like to offer my congratulations to each of the Teaching Excellence winners and the scholarship recipients. Our amazing teachers inspire us all, persevering during a very challenging year and working tirelessly with passion to ensure our students receive the best education. We know our WCCUSD students will go on to lead amazing lives and make us all proud. We're excited to see what you do next and what you accomplish. Now I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge our classified staff of the year. Our classified staff go above and beyond what's required to deliver high-quality support to our students and schools. These important employees are often behind the scenes. Tonight, we want to give them special acknowledgement for their immense contributions to our district. I'm honored to present to you this year's Classified Staff of the Year. The Classified Supervisor Award goes to Tanya Meadows, Custodial Supervisor at El Cerrito High School. Sherry Rivenbark, Senior Administrative Assistant for Educational Services. The Confidential Employee Award goes to Veronica Vega, Senior Administrative Assistant for Business Services. The General Services Maintenance and Operations Award goes to Richard Bobbas, Office Machine Repair for General Services. The Office and Technical Award goes to Brenda Machado, Attendance Clerk at Greenwood Academy. Iracema Sanchez, School Secretary at Lincoln Elementary. And lastly, the Paraprofessional Award goes to Karen Larson, the Special Education Lead at Richmond High School. Congratulations to all the awardees. You're truly making a difference, and we thank you for your service to the students of West Contra Costa County. I hope you'll join us on May 26th for the full celebration of these individuals who make public education possible. Thank you.
Those are some incredible people that we're working with here in West Contra Costa. It's really an amazing group of individuals who are tied together by one cause, that's teaching children. Closing out this evening, we're excited to present to you a performance from the El Cerrito High School Jazz Band. Directed by past Teaching Excellence Awardee Keith Johnson, the band is joined by Grammy Award-winning musician Terell Stafford. Thank you for joining us and have a wonderful evening.